One of the keys to President Barack Obama's victory in the 2008 presidential election was the enormous enthusiasm of Democratic voters. But with 5 weeks to go until the midterm elections, Democratic energies are fading, while enthusiasm among Republicans is on the rise, buoyed in part by growing support for Tea Party candidates. It's a trend Democratic leaders are grappling to contend with.
On the Democratic side, we don't have the same high political temperature yet, and it's going to be essential to close that gap between now and November 2nd.
Nowhere is closing that gap more crucial for Democrats than in the Pennsylvania Senate race, where Democrat Joe Sestak is trailing Republican Pat Toomey in the polls. But higher turnout in cities like Philadelphia and Pittsburgh could turn the race in Sestak's favor. High-powered Democrats, including Obama and former President Bill Clinton, have been traveling to those cities to try to encourage Democrats to get out to vote. But there's a difficult reality that both parties must face. Many voters say the lack of enthusiasm for Democrats has more to do with anger toward the party in power than support for Republicans. A new Associated Press GFK poll suggests that while 60% of voters disapprove of the job congressional Democrats are doing, 68% frown on how Republicans are performing.
It's not so much about who's in control, but I would like to see enough of a balance so that political parties learn what it is to compromise once again.
There's so many different views, points of view and things like that, that there needs to be a really good balance for things to work properly.
Still, Republican leaders say they'll take votes however they can get them.
President Obama and Nancy Pelosi have done more to galvanize Republican voters and to alienate independent voters than we frankly would have been able to do over the course of the last year and a half.
Democrats say they still believe they have time to employ the same grassroots get-out-the-vote efforts that were so successful in 2008 during the final weeks of the midterm campaigns. Julie Pace, The Associated Press, Washington.